It's DJ DUBL here, and today I'm with Nick Brewer.
Yo.
What's good, sir?
Good to see you, man. How's things?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. So,
Wicked.
fresh off the Wireless stage.
Yeah.
How was that performance this year?
It was sick, man. I really enjoyed it. Couple people came to see me, which
Yeah.
is good. Nah, yeah, it's always good because festivals, it's like, it can be a bit scary because it's like, are people gonna come and see you? But yeah, no, I had a good crowd, good vibes. Being on a bill, it's like same bill as loads of artists that I really respect and listen to is a good thing. So yeah, I enjoyed it, man.
Backstage rubbing shoulders here and there, I guess.
Yeah, trying, man. Yeah, no, I mean, pardon me, sorry. All the, like the vibe at Wireless is just sick. Like the artist village, everyone's just chilling and kind of, yeah, everyone's cool, man. So sick.
So you did it 2014 as well.
Yeah.
How did the two performances compare? One thing actually I wanted to ask you.
Go on.
Did you notice a growth in the fans?
Yeah, definitely. But if I'm honest, like there wasn't many people that came to see me last year.
Right.
I opened, like there was a few, but it was like, it was good for me because it felt like training, you know, like and preparing, and the whole festival thing was pretty new to me. So yeah, this year it felt like, I mean, I don't know how many were there, but there was like a good crowd. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it was a good crowd. There was people getting involved. Some people knew the songs, knew who I was. So it felt like a growth, and hopefully I'll just keep developing, man. So yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
good
man.
stuff. So I was reading about you. I like to do a lot of research when
Yeah.
when I come to interview artists and stuff.
Yeah.
And one thing I read about you was about your beginnings as a rapper.
Yeah.
So what I read was that you actually got into rapping because a friend of yours died.
Yeah.
So how are the two circumstances?
So basically it was more like where I grew up, like in like quite a small part of East London. I got involved with like a local crew, and so they used to kind of take me to the studio. Used to give me beats, kind of like showing me the ropes. And one of the guys who was he was kind of one of the olders. He owned the studio, and he was really like very good to me and helped get involved. He sadly got killed. So for me, that kind of, it was like a wake up point in my life, because it was like he was kind of responsible for my first experiences of the studio, and kind of like helped me get on my way. So it just kind of made me feel like I just want to be able to say something that actually has some meaning, because I saw a life got wasted for no reason. Do you get what I mean? So it kind of just made me not want to try and like change the world, like, but just change like the world, my kind of have like a positive impact on my surroundings, and say something with meaning, because like not everything like that rappers say is true, but there's things out there that's really going on that don't need to be, and I kind of from that experience I witnessed that. So yeah, it just kind of inspired me to like actually try and say something of
break the mold a little bit.
Yeah, with meaning, and actually like, you know, yeah, not just chat rubbish.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I was doing like before then, but it kind of like woke me up like, yo,
right,
life is real, you know.
So that's where the substance and the viewpoint comes from.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I got you. I read I don't know how happy you're going to be about this.
Oh,
I read a comparison. Right, I'm just going to read out the exact quote.
Alright, cool.
Nick Brewer, if Drake was skint and lived on a sink estate in Essex. Now, I don't know how I would feel about that if someone said that about me.
Yeah, I think like, well, like, I can't pretend like I'm not skint, do you know what I mean? Like, and what's a sink estate? Like,
I have no idea.
I didn't grow up on an estate either.
Right.
I'm a big fan of Drake. I think the thing about Drake is like to take away the last few weeks or a few days, but like he was just being him and like saying what he's experienced, and being honest, and being like quite vulnerable with it. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
like, a lot of people make memes.
Vulnerable. I like that word describing.
Yeah,
Drake.
like, did you get me? And it's just like, obviously a lot of people, because of that, they think he's like soppy or whatever.
Yeah.
And my opinion is like, whether he's soppy or not, like if he's being honest, like, then just be honest. Like, because for me, if it's like, if he genuinely is quite a soppy person, but he'd like pretend to be this hard guy, I'd have more ratings for him if he just like was just him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
of course.
I think, and I've taken a similar approach in terms of my lyric writing. Like sometimes I feel that I've made myself quite vulnerable, and being like pretty open, but I feel like that's like my favorite artists and the ones that I connect with most are the ones who are like that open and honest. So that's how I try to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
who would you compare yourself most to? If someone had never ever heard of you or your music and they said, well, who are you like?
I don't actually know. I think like I wouldn't compare I think I'd like the Drake comparison. I don't think like my music really sounds like Drake's. But I think in terms of the way we'd view lyric writing and openness, I'd say that I think in terms of like, that's a really good question and I don't really know the answer. Maybe like an artist like Kano was very like a big influence on me, and I think I'd sound more like someone like Kano, or like just that kind of in terms of the way I'd spit. But hopefully I feel like I've got my own style as well. So.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. You've been making recently, like especially in the last 12 months, what I would say like unavoidable music.
Okay.
Like it's music that kind of resonates with everyone, and it is stuff that some of it's clubbable. Do you know what I mean? You can play in the clubs. A lot of it's radio stuff. Like, how did you find it adjusting from being an independent artist, doing your own thing on your own schedule, to being with a major label now, working to their timetables?
Yeah, it's been a learning process, definitely, but it's been good. I think a lot of artists are like, the idea of like being commercial, making radio kind of songs is like something to fear, or like I don't know, like they're scared of it. And one thing like my A&R said to me, and like, but we have like a good personal relationship, and he was just like, don't be scared to be commercial. Like, there's nothing wrong with being commercial. Like, there's something wrong with selling out and not being yourself. But like, I always felt like from when I first started making music, like, and I used to make mixtapes back in like 2009, 2010, like I'd have like these weird commercial sounding songs. Like, it was just, I like a lot of commercial music. So I think joining with a label, they've let me be me, and any song that anyone ever hears from me is not something that the label has ever said like, you need to spit over this beat. Like, they've never, I can't think of one time where they've sent me a track and been like, yeah, do this. It's always been me just making the music, and then obviously the label has a bigger decision in what songs get pushed. But in terms of like bringing the music, like it's always been me. So it's been good working with a label. It's just like working with, in any big sort of organisation, there's going to be some teething problems, and like it's like just times where it's like, well, why can't this get done? You know, when I'm independent, if I do a freestyle, I just put it on YouTube or SoundCloud. Now it's like, you have to run it by this guy who then has to run it by this person. So that can be a bit frustrating. But at the same time, and sometimes I don't think it's necessary, if I'm honest, but I get it at the same time as well, because like a lot of artists can just be like a bit hot-headed and be like, we're emotional beings. Like, I don't care what anyone says, like, artists are emotional. What kind of emotions they show can vary, but we're all very emotional, and like, especially rappers, because if we're saying like what's real to us, sometimes it's just like, I just want to get it out there, but sometimes it is better to hold back, and that's what I've learned from the label. But sometimes I think the label needs to learn to just move. Like labels in general just need to learn to just move, and if something, you know, sometimes just be a bit like sporadic's not the right word, I can't think of the word, but just like get ready to move with the times, and
a little bit of spontaneity.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, spontaneous with it, and just like, because you can't plan everything down to a T. Like, it just doesn't work. But working with a label has been a really positive experience. Like, I wouldn't say everything has been perfect, but what relationship, like, in anything,
of course,
is
any
perfect.
business relationship.
Yeah, man. But in terms of like, you know, some of the myths about record labels changing you, I don't think like it's labels. I think if anything, it's probably like radio, because radio is a lot harder. Labels, like, you know, A&Rs and that, like, obviously I can't speak for all of them, but A&Rs, like, they like music, so no one really wants to go out and make bad music. But yeah, there can be like, if you're trying to like dumb it down, it's for the radio, like, as opposed to labels. But for me, like, I'm happy with all the music I've made. There's some I like more than others, but I will never put out a song that I don't like, and I couldn't imagine ever being made to put out a song that, or like being made to just do a song that I didn't like. So Yeah.
When it comes to your collaborations, like recently, obviously, you did a great track with Shakka.
Yeah,
I'm a massive fan of Shakka, so I was
too,
very
man.
happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Tink jumped on the remix of the track.
Yeah.
You did a record with ZDot.
Yeah.
These collaborations, are they all coming through relationships via the label, or are these people you're reaching out to directly?
So Shakka I've known for like a few years. Like we made some music back in the day, like probably like 3-4 years ago, maybe not that long ago, but a good few years ago. And yeah, so with Shakka, like we just get on well. So I bumped into him. I hadn't seen him, like we'd always seen each other like every so often, and I hadn't seen him for a few months. I saw him, we were just chatting, and he just texted me like, oh, I forgot to say, do you want to jump in the studio? So I was just like, yeah, cool. Went to his house, and we just get on really well. He's like one of the most talented people I've ever worked with, like, and he's so sick working with him because he just keeps wanting to push himself, like, and not settle for anything like that's anywhere near mediocre. So yeah, Shakka ZDot, like similar, like I've like cause I love Graham, so I was just, it was mad actually, I was just listening to bare ZDot beats on a random day, just writing to them, and then like 2 days later he started following me on Twitter. I followed him back, just DM'd him like, yo, what are you saying? And then we was in the studio the next week, just done that. And it's been like that with pretty much all my UK collaborations. In terms of Tink, like, I can't pretend that I know her. Like I do know her now, but I can't pretend that like there was like a deep connection.
Yeah.
She's from Chicago. So that was, yeah, like my A&R was just, as I say, me and my A&R have got a good, like just a good friendship. So he was like, check out Tink, and this was like time ago before anyone was really like, she had, don't get me wrong, she had a following, but it was like on a more underground level. So I just checked her out. I was like, yeah, she's sick. And then like a couple of weeks later he was like, oh, should we see if Tink wants to jump on a Me and My Pen remix? So we reached out to her, she was on it. I chatted to her, she was like proper cool. Met up with her when she came over here, and she's just a cool person, man, like proper humble, proper talented. So yeah, like we just kind of connected that way. So yeah, I love collaborating with artists. It's cool, like just to, because I've always found anytime I've worked with an artist, it's brought something out of me that I didn't necessarily know I had, which was obviously there, but you know, because sometimes you can just get I feel like I can just get comfortable just like making my own music. I've got my default just in terms of sounds I like and things I like to talk about, but yeah, when you collabo, it's like, yo, like, what are we doing kind of thing, and pushing.
Good to connect with people.
Yeah, definitely.
So another artist who actually, I don't think you're dissimilar to, Logic. And that's obviously, that's the first time we met. We actually just bumped into each other at the end of the Logic show. So you went on a tour with him. Yeah. Was there any talk of doing a record together?
Yeah, like, I was really, we were chatting a lot. He was proper cool, like I was playing in my music. And his producers were there as well, and like we've chatted since, and it's just about, obviously he's got a mad schedule, he's working on his second album, but I'd definitely be hopeful. We haven't got anything yet, but I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do something, because I feel like we've got like a similar kind of outlook on the way we view rap and life and that. So yeah, that was a sick experience supporting him. I'd never supported like someone on a tour before, and I just imagined like I do my thing, he does his, but like he was coming into my dressing room like, yo, what are you saying? Like, you know, we were showing him and his DJ about like Skepta and all that, and like just UK music, and he was just keen to learn, and yeah, it was a sick experience, man. Yeah,
he's a very good dude, man. He's a very good dude.
Yeah.
Who would be your ultimate collaboration, like dead or alive? Who would you most want to work with?
Cool. My ultimate collabo, dead or alive, I think it would have to be Eminem. Yeah, like Eminem, him and Nas are my favourite rappers. I was thinking, would I prefer Nas? Would I prefer Eminem? I think Eminem, just because I feel like Eminem would unlock something in me that I didn't even know, because like Eminem for me is like the flow father. Like, so I feel like if I did a track with Eminem, like I would know that I'd have to like really do my thing. So, and yeah, I think it'd be sick.
Yeah, that sounds dope, man.
Yeah, man.
So the most recent one, of course, Bibi Bourelly is the most recent collaboration.
Yeah.
The new single, Talk to Me.
Yeah.
So talk to me about it, man.
Cool, man. So yeah, my new single, Talk to Me, we sampled a classic dance record. Crystal Waters, Gypsy Woman, which I kind of felt from the get-go was like a dangerous thing to do. Just because like whenever you're touching classic records, like, you know, I wouldn't ever want to like do a bad job, you know.
Yeah,
so,
it's been done before with that record,
exactly.
and not always very well.
Yeah, do you get me? That's exactly it. So so I was just vibing in the studio with my producers, the Confet. They played me the idea. They kind of had it. It sounded a little bit different, but it was like some drums and that. And I just thought it was fun. So I just started writing lyrics there. Kind of left it for a while. We were doing other stuff. Then I kind of added some lyrics and just whatever. One day I just showed my A&R, and he was like, "Yo, I thought this is cool." So then I got like introduced to Bibi Bourelly, who's she's from Berlin, so she's 20 years old. She's grown up in Berlin, and then she moved to America, like, so she's kind of American German. So she wrote Rihanna's latest single, Better Have My Money. So she was over in England for kind of like writing sessions. So that was it. So she had a writing session with Ellie Goulding, and then she came to the studio, laid down the hook, which I just thought was sick. And yeah, then she was back out in Berlin working. She's like doing like 5 tracks on Rihanna's new album. So I went out to Berlin, linked up with her. She was playing me like all the stuff she was doing with Rihanna, which was sick. And we just kind of connected. Yeah, just kind of talked about what we wanted for the track, how we wanted it to be, because it was going to be my first single at this point. Obviously, I realised, and kind of going back to what we were speaking about earlier, like just how to make it what we were happy with in terms of commercial, like just getting it to a point where we were both happy and felt like it represented us, which I feel like we got it to. Yeah, so that's the single. It's out August the 28th. It's available for pre-order now. The video's out on YouTube, and yeah, I'm excited about it, man. So
part of a bigger project, like an album on the way. It must be.
Working on the album now. Yeah, working on the album, which I'm really enjoying. In the flow, like I'm about, I wouldn't say I'm halfway there, but I'm nearly halfway there. So hopefully that will be, yeah, like early next year.
Excellent.
So yeah, man.
Good times, good times. Yeah. So listen, the end of the interview, right?
Yep.
We do something called the fun bit. It's usually 10 questions, but management are pushing the pressure right now. We're going to wrap it up. Yeah. So we're going to give you 3 questions.
All right, cool.
Right, if you could, are you ready for the fun bit?
I'm ready for the fun bit.
If you could travel to any point in time, where would you go?
Any point in time, I would go to Jesus' time. Just because I'm a Christian, so I'm quite interested. So I just like, I just like to experience it for myself. Like, I've read so much about it, and just like hear some of his talks.
Stuff that ain't really documented. That's interesting, man. Because you got a history degree, is that right?
I got a history degree, yeah. So I'm very interested, and history, like, it's mad because history, everything's been written by someone, do you know what I mean? So it's like, and it's, so it's just, it'll be interesting to see what was really going on.
Yeah, that's sick. I never thought of that before, you know. That's a great answer. What's the scariest thing that ever happened to you?
The scariest thing that ever happened to me, I remember this gypsy tried to stab me and my mates, but like, obviously, like most people have got like experiences, I think, growing up of like, getting held up, and I say most people, maybe but I remember basically we were like this unknown gypsy in our area would kind of just come up to us. We were kind of, it was our fault. We were taking the mick out of the way he walked. He had like a funny bowl, but I didn't realise it was this gypsy. I'd heard about this gypsy, and but we was like, oh, look, he's got a funny bowl. Then he ran up to us. He pulled out an oven glove, from his jacket, put on an oven glove, and then pulled out like a big kitchen knife. Not an oven glove, sorry, but like a proper glove, and then a big kitchen knife. I was like, man, fully put on a glove, like. And I was like 12 years old, so then he like just went for us, grabbed the bottle, smashed the bottle, and started chasing us. So I was trying to run so fast, but like I was so scared that like I was running so slow. So yeah, sorry, that's a long story, but that's a scary.
That sounds like a bad dream, man.
Yeah, trust me, bro.
Our last thing, the last one. Tell me something that nobody knows about Nick Brewer.
That nobody knows about Nick Brewer. Sorry, I know my management. What does nobody know?
Forget management. Forget listeners. It's just me and you right now.
What does nobody know? There's so many things. Wait. My sister dressed me up as a bridesmaid when I was younger.
Oh wow!
She knows about that.
You went there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was too young. I was quiet and young. I was like 3. She was like 7. She'd been a bridesmaid. She put me in a dress and.
That's the video headline there, you
trust
know.
Me, fam.
YouTube. Nick Brewer dressed as a bridesmaid.
Yeah,
wow. Listen, man. Good luck with the single release. Good luck with the album as well. Really looking forward to hearing everything else.
My mate's just laughing at me.
We've got some ammo on you now. It's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, bro, for your time. It's DJ DUBL here with Nick Brewer. Make sure you check out the brand new single, Talk to Me, out August 28th. And until next time, bro.
Yeah, man.
We're done.